Good morning children and welcome back to your chemistry class. In this chapter of your states of matter, today we are going to talk about Dalton's law of partial pressure. So, this law was stated by John Dalton in 1801 to calculate the pressure of a mixture of non-reacting gases. Clear? So, what is the Dalton's law of partial pressure? This law states that the total pressure of the mixture of non-reacting gases is equal to the sum of the partial pressures of each gas present in the mixture. Okay, now I shall explain this definition to you in detail. So firstly, let us understand what did John Dalton state to calculate the pressure of a mixture of non-reacting gases. So according to Dalton's theory, it states that the total pressure of the mixture of the non-reacting gases, it is always equal to the sum of the partial pressures of each gas that is present in the mixture. Right? Now let us understand. Suppose you take a container, right? And this container has three gases, namely say A, B and C, and they are mixed in this container by the volume of V, right? And to prepare this mixture, use a constant temperature. Volume this is the volume used and this is the constant temperature used over here. Now, let us suppose that the partial pressure of these three gases, they are non-reacting gases, remember, right? So the partial pressure of these three gases could be like for A gas A it is PA, for gas B it is PB, and for gas C it is PC, right? So now according to Dalton's theory, if you read this definition, what does it state? That the total pressure of this mixture will be equal to what? The total pressure. This is your total pressure. This will be equal to the sum of all the partial pressures, that is of the non-reacting gases present in the container. Right? This is your partial pressure. So how can we define now what is your partial pressure? The pressure that is exerted by the gas in the mixtures of several gases, it is called as your partial pressure of that gas. Thus, this partial pressure of the gas in a mixture, it is always equal to the pressure which this gas would have exerted if it alone was taken in the container that is maintained at the same constant pressure. I hope this part is very clear to all of you. How can we define what is partial pressure first and foremost? So I'll write over here partial pressure so this can be explained as the pressure exerted by a gas in the mixtures of several gases, right? This is called as partial pressure of that gas. Clear? Thus, this partial pressure of the gas in a mixture, it is always equal to the pressure which this gas would have exerted if it was alone taken in the container maintained at the same constant temperature. Now let us understand the relationship between the partial pressure of the gas and the amount that is used over here. Or amount, if I say, I mean mole I'm talking about, right? So let us understand the relation between the partial pressure and mole. By mole, what I mean to say, I'm talking about the amount that we are using here, right? So the partial pressure of the gas, it completely depends upon the mole or the amount that is taken in the container of the fixed volume maintained at constant temperature. Let us suppose that Na, Nb and Nc, they are the mole of gases A, B and C. Clear? Now again suppose that V is the total volume. This is the total volume of the container in which the gases, they are mixed to prepare the mixture at constant temperature. Now that constant temperature could be a capital T. Clear? Now suppose that each gas obeys the ideal gas equation. What is your ideal gas equation? Ideal gas equation is what? PV is equal to nRT, right? Then the partial pressure of each gas which is present in this container will be what? Let's see that. So partial pressure, so the partial pressure of gas A will be equal to what? I told you ideal gas equation is what? PV is equal to nRT. Okay. So partial pressure of gas A will be equal to what? We can write down like this. PA into V is equal to nART. So your PA, the partial pressure of the gas that we are talking about, will be equal to nART upon V. Clear? This is your first equation. Then the partial pressure of gas B will be equal to what? PB is equal to nBRT upon V. This is your second equation. Then your partial pressure of gas C is PC is equal to NCRT upon V. This is your third equation. Now, what is the total pressure of the gaseous mixture? That will be given by Dalton's law of partial pressure. So that will be equal to what? P is equal to PA plus PB plus PC. So this will be equal to what? What is PA written as? It is written as NART by V plus what is PB? NBRT by V plus PC NCRT by V. So this will be equal to what? NA plus NB plus NC, this RT upon V, because RT upon V becomes common. So what is this? This will be equal to N number of moles, which is total number of moles, into RT upon V. Okay? Or P upon total moles is equal to RT upon V. Clear? Therefore, we can say that the number of total moles will be equal to Na plus Nb plus Nc. This is also equal to the total number of moles of the mixture that are present in the container. Is this very clear to all of you? Now, let us talk about the partial pressure in terms of mole fraction. This was in terms of moles, the number of moles that are present in the container. Now we are going to talk about the partial pressure in terms of mole fraction. So in the gaseous mixture of the partial pressure of an individual gas, it is always equal to the product of the mole fraction, right? And the total pressure of the mixture. That is, the partial pressure of gas A in the gaseous mixture of several gases, how can it be expressed as? It can be expressed as PA, partial pressure, is equal to NaRT by V. Clear? This I had already told you. But we also know that RT by V is equal to P upon N of number of total moles, isn't it? Therefore, we can say that PA is equal to NaP upon the total number of moles, right? But over here we should know that Na, the number of moles of gas A upon the total number of moles, this is always equal to the mole fraction, right? The mole fraction of gas A in the mixture, this is mole fraction of gas A in the mixture, right? Therefore, the above equation, how can it be written as? This can be written as PA is equal to the mole fraction into pressure. Okay, so the partial pressures of other gases can also be written like this. Like for the partial pressure of gas B can be equal to the mole fraction of gas B into pressure, isn't it? Similarly, for the partial pressure of gas C can be written as the mole fraction of gas C in the mixture into pressure. Is this point clear to all of you? Now, what do we deduce from this? What do we deduce from this formula? That the partial pressure of the gas, it depends only on the mole fraction in the mixture at a given temperature and also at a fixed volume. First point. Second point, when the mole fraction of an individual gas in the mixture is large, then the contribution to the total pressure will also be large. Is this point very clear? Then if the mixture of two gases, when the mole fraction of the gas A is suppose 0.6, then its contribution to the total pressure will be 60%. Okay, and the contribution of the other gas will be how much then? 40%. I repeat, what did I say? That if the mixture of two gases, suppose two gases are present there and one of the gases, its mole fraction is 0.6, then what is the contribution of the total pressure of that particular gas in that mixture? 60%. Then what about the percentage of the other gas? That will be the 40, that will be only 40%. So I hope this point is also clear. Then another point, that in the binary mixture of the partial pressure of the gas A, it is always equal to the total pressure minus the partial pressure of the gas B, right? So that is, I should write it down over here to make you understand that partial pressure is equal to the total pressure minus this. So what did I say? If there is a binary mixture means two gases are present, A and B gases are present. First point is clear. So in a binary mixture, the partial pressure of gas A will always be equal to the total pressure minus the partial pressure of gas B. Clear? Suppose, or if I want to find out the partial pressure of gas B, then I can write it down like this. This will be equal to the total pressure minus the partial pressure of gas A. So this is what I wanted to explain you over here. Now, certain calculations of the pressure of the dry gas from the Dalton's law has also to be understood. Now let us understand the calculation of pressure of dry gas from Dalton's law. So in the laboratory, gases like your hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, they are collected by the downward displacement of water, right? So these gases, that means they contain molecules of water in them. Therefore, the observed total pressure will always be equal to the sum of the pressures of the gas and the water vapor. I hope you remember this, you have done in class 9th, I believe. So the pressure of observed pressure will always be equal to the pressure of the dry gas plus the pressure of the water vapor, right? And how can we calculate now the pressure of the dry gas? So pressure of the dry gas can be obtained how? By pressure, observed pressure minus the water vapor pressure. Okay, observed pressure minus the pressure of the water vapor, right? So now we can also say that water vapor pressure is also the aqueous tension. So this can also be written as the pressure of the dry gas can be obtained by pressure, observed pressure minus the aqueous tension. So now this new word has come in, aqueous tension. What is aqueous tension? It is the partial pressure of the water vapor, right, in the gas mixture which is collected above water. Now that is aqueous tension, it is equal to the vapor pressure of the water at the temperature at which that gas is collected above water. So such kind of questions already you have done before. Now we are going to do some numericals that are based on Dalton's law of partial pressure. So let us do some numericals based on Dalton's law of partial pressure, right? So first question could be like gaseous mixture is prepared at 100 K and 25 degree by mixing 0.2 grams of hydrogen, 2.8 of nitrogen and 0.16 grams of oxygen. Okay, now calculate number 1 the mole, then also calculate mole fraction, also calculate the partial pressure of each gas in the mixture. Okay, so let us do the question. First part, what have we to calculate? We have to calculate the mole. To calculate the mole, so what's the formula of mole? Mole is always equal to mass upon molar mass. Okay, so this will be equal to N is equal to small m upon molar mass. So that of hydrogen, it will be how much? What is the mass given to you in the question? 0.2. 0.2 upon what is the molecular mass? The molar mass of hydrogen, that is 2. Therefore this is equal to 0.1 moles. Okay, similarly for which is the next gas? Nitrogen, N2. This will be equal to what? 2.8 upon 2.8 upon 28. This is also equal to 0.1 moles. Then N for oxygen gas, this will be 0. How much is given? 0.16 upon 32. So this is going to give you 0.05 moles, right? So what is the total mole then? Total mole will be equal to 0.1 plus 0.1 plus 0.05, which is equal to 0.25. Got it? So this is the total mole that you have obtained. Now next, second part, it says calculate the mole fraction. So mole fraction of A, gas A, will be equal to XA, correct? So mole of A can be divided by the total moles. So let's find out for hydrogen, the mole fraction for hydrogen. This will be equal to, what did we get? 0.1 upon 0. The total mole, that is 0.25. So this will be equal to 0.4. Similarly, that of mole fraction of nitrogen gas, it will be equal to how much? 0.1 upon 0.25. This is also equal to 0.4. Okay, that for that for oxygen. Now mole fraction for oxygen will be equal to how much? How much is this? 0.05 upon 0.25. So this will be equal to 0.2, right? So this is the mole fraction of each gas. Now let's find out the partial pressure of each gas, right? Third part is to find out the partial pressure. Write down the formula. Like for example, Pa is equal to mole fraction into P, right? So let's go ahead for finding out the partial pressure of hydrogen gas. This is equal to, this was how much? 0.4 into 100 kilopascal is given to us, that is 40. Okay, then for your nitrogen, it will be how much? 0.4 into 100. This is equal to again 40 kPa. And that of the oxygen gas, O2, this was how much given to you? 0.2, isn't it? 0.2 into 100. So this is going to give us 20 kilopascal. So this is how we calculate the partial pressure of each gas in the mixture. Now we are going to do one more numerical. Okay, let's look at the second question. Calculate the final pressure of the gaseous mixture which is formed by mixing 0.5 liters of hydrogen, okay, add 0.8 bars and 2 liters of oxygen at 0.7 bar in a container of 1 liter at 27 degrees Celsius. Right? So what have we to calculate? We have to calculate the final pressure. So let's go ahead. What all is given first? Let's write that. So given is your volume of hydrogen. So we can write it as VH2. This is equal to how much is it given? 0.5 liters. Okay, 0.5 liters. Then the pressure of hydrogen is also given to you, which can be written as pH2. This is 0.8 bars. Okay. Now volume of another one, that is oxygen, is given to you. So we write VO2, which is equal to 2 liters, and pressure of oxygen is written as PO2, which is equal to 0.7 bar. Clear? Now final volume is always equal to volume of the container, right? And what is the volume of the container given to you? That is 1 liter. Or we can also say that this is given to as V final. This is the final volume given to us, right? Now what is the temperature? Temperature is 27 degrees. 27 degrees means it has to be converted to absolute temperature, 273. So this becomes your 300 Kelvin, right? Now final pressure should be written as PF. So from ideal gas equation, PV is equal to nRT. Okay, so NH2 is given to you as what? pH2 into VH2 upon RT. Similarly for oxygen, this is equal to pressure of the oxygen gas, which will be equal to what? PO2 VO2 upon RT. Okay, so let me write over here. Total moles in the container are how much? Total moles in the container will be what? N total is equal to NH2 plus NO2, isn't it? Which is, this is equal to what? Let's write it down from here. pH2 VH2 plus PO2 VO2 upon RT, right? Thus the ideal equation, gas gives you what? P final upon V final is equal to total number of moles into RT. Okay, now I'll just rub the question and go back over there, or maybe I'll do it over here. So the final pressure into final volume is equal to the total number of moles into RT. Okay, so this will be equal to what? This is equal to, I'm coming from here. So this will be equal to what? From here, as straight away I'm coming over here. Therefore your PF, the final pressure, this is equal to what? 0.8 bars into 0.5 liters in plus 0.7 into 2 liters upon 1. So PF will be equal to 1.8 bars. This will be your final pressure, right? So I will be sending you certain numericals. You try out doing them on your own. That's all for today. Thank you.